Oh, hi. I didn't see you there.
Stop that. That's corny.
Welcome to Terrencism. My name's Terrence, and for the next, however how long it takes, I'm going to give you some of my wisdom. And pretty much all I need you to do for me is to, one, drop a comment in the comment box. Any kind of criticism is good. Two, go to facebook.com/TK2forlife. Yes. And pretty much give any feedback there. And whatever else you want me to talk about on the show, pretty much. So today we're going to talk about relationships, and more specifically, how to get into a relationship. Now it's summer, and we all want some summer love, I think. So now I want to introduce to you a guest of mine, Catherine.
Hey.
Yes. And before I begin, I want to give out a shout out to my friend Naya, who gave me the idea to talk about relationships today. Hey Naya. And would you like to give any shout outs?
I have to give a shout out to my cousins, Heather, Triseli, and Marlene, and my little sister.
Wow, a lot of family there. Must have been like
Please.
20 minutes you just
I'm
used
Dominican.
there.
Let it go.
Alright, so the first step in getting a relationship is not to be in denial about it. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want a relationship because, it's too much drama and, all women are gold diggers or all men are players and all that stuff. Just let it go and admit that you want this. So that's the first step. The second step, I would say, is don't listen to what your mom says about,
Hey, leave that
about
alone.
being a gentleman and that's going to get the girl, that's going to impress the girl. That doesn't all that work. All that holding the seat and
Holding the seat works.
and holding the door open,
Holding
and
the door works.
the flowers, none of that stuff works.
Maybe the flowers are a little too.
Don't even try all that stuff. So the third step would be don't be such a nice guy and give all these compliments and
I love a nice guy.
and stuff like that. And finally, do not end up in the friend zone. Now, the friend zone is a real place. It's the clothing store where you're holding the bags awkwardly for this girl that doesn't like you, who can't see you as more than a friend, who isn't your type isn't her type physically, and all that stuff. You don't want to end up in this place. It's not a great place to be. And chances are, those bags that you're holding, you bought her all that stuff, and she doesn't like you. Her boyfriend, doesn't buy her anything, isn't there with her, holding, but she's getting dressed up. She's buying clothes to impress him, not you.
But then again, there's a worse place to be than that early part of the friend zone.
And where is that?
That's the going to every store with her with multiple boxes and bags, and you're carrying all of them, and you don't see her carrying anything. You're a pack mule.
That's the chronic friend zone. That's when you need to run. So the moment a girl tells you you're not my type physically, or I can only see you as more than a friend, run, get out. Don't even think about it, because you're gonna be stuck there. It's gonna be harder and harder. And you know what? If you're already there, it's not too late. That text that she just sent you, don't answer it. That phone call, don't answer it. And if you do answer it and you can't resist, tell her, shut up and make me a sandwich. That's what you gotta say.
Now
say
you're
it just
exaggerating.
like that. Shut up
Come
and make
on.
me a sandwich.
Stop. That is horrible. That is a horrible thing to say.
Well, that's the truth. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave the women out of this. Now, for you women, pretty much that friend zone that I was talking about earlier, you got guys in there. Guys that are pretty suitable men, good guys.
What about the psychos?
Give them a chance. Why would you have a psycho as a friend?
It's cool. They will not.
Why?
Let
Because
it go.
with the axe, they can carry a big axe.
No.
They can.
Have you ever
they
dated
can
a
carry
guy?
a shopping
He seemed
bag.
okay. He seemed okay halfway through the date, and then he started cold. He literally asking all this way too personal.
The friend zone is no place for psychos. Just drop them all together. They'll go away and stalk someone else eventually. Or get a restraining order if you're really scared of them. Like people deal with people.
But then what about the somewhat normal guys that I've put in the friend zone?
Like what?
The guys who they eat with their mouths open and then like there's food spittle all over, and then they don't wipe their hands.
It's called being honest. A lot of these people, are not conscious of the things they do. So you gotta let them know, hey, you shouldn't eat with your mouth full and all this stuff. But if they're
what
a friend,
about the guys who like you look at them, they're not even put together. I'm put together, and you're not.
Then you should say something because chances are they're not conscious of this. And another thing, most of the time it's not even that. Most of the time it's looks. I don't find you physically attractive. That guy could make you very happy. You never know. He could be the one.
But
So
if
give
he's
him
a
a
guy
chance.
who's,
I
I,
mean,
I gotta say, some of the guys who are in the friend zone unjustly, I gotta
I
understand
mean,
that.
there were females in the past where I'm like, I'm not so into her, but you never know. I came around. I'm like, you're a good person, so I want to go for that. So that's what I want to say to the ladies and gentlemen. Do you have anything else you want to share?
I gotta say, there's some things that just doesn't make any sense with some guys. If let's say, what about the guys who are really really cheap for no real reason when they have a job? You can't actually you can't take them nowhere and you drop them into the friend zone with good reason to me.
I mean, just why torture them? If they want to escape, don't keep hitting them up for weeks and weeks at a time. Let it go. If they don't want to be your friend, if they wanted more and you didn't want more, let it go. Let them move on with their lives. They're trying to get away from you. So
Right.
so let that person in the friend zone go. Either accept them or let them go. Now this is not to say I'm against being friends with females or people of opposite sex. I have great friends, and hey, I'd like to go shopping with them. Well,
Not that way, but
not
more like so
really,
they
but
can make you look good,
well,
mostly.
I mean, I like just to enjoy their company,
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're in a place where you have deeper feelings for this person and you feel this person doesn't respect you, that's when you need to get out. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But remember, if you're a guy, be a jerk. If
Don't be
you're
don't be a
well,
complete jerk.
well, I mean, come on, the jerk gets the girl nine times
Not
out of ten. I mean, if
I didn't want them. I hate
well,
them.
a lot of women do. I mean, you see the guys, with their pants sagging, and girls go for
Ew.
that. Like really, it
Disgusting.
works for a lot of women. A lot of women,
That's not in
and they
style. It's
openly
corny.
admit, well, it's never in style. It was in prison, and that's how. And no offense to guys who sag your pants. We all like seeing the underwear and stuff. No, I'm just joking. But
Ew, no.
just remember what sagging spells backwards. That's all I got to say about that. Sagging. Yeah, just look at that. But look. The jerk gets to grow a lot, so I mean, that
How,
pretty much works.
what's crazy is realistically, a girl will date a jerk just to fix it. Honestly.
Hey, whatever works.
True. Okay, the way I see it, there's always some guy out there, a nice guy who will get the girl of his dreams. There's always one guy who will do it, and there's a lot of guys who have.
Eventually, when she's all old and sagging and desperate, and it's kind of like those sitcoms you watch where they're in their 30s and they're going on speed dates and stuff like that to find people. And I don't not recommend speed dating. Speed dating is okay. Online dating is okay. That's how I met her.
Yeah.
Yeah, online dating is great. Don't be ashamed of it because
It's look at the statistics now.
the
One
way I
out of
see it,
five.
it's the best place to go because, well, I mean, think about it. You go to school to learn, not to pick up women. You go to the supermarket to shop, not to pick up women. So when you approach these women, they say, well, I'm not here for that. But when you go online for online dating, that skips it. You don't even have to approach them and say, hey, I want to do this because they already know what you're here for. And they can't lie and say, I'm not here for that because that's what they are here for. That's the only thing to do there. So those are great places to, meet people and stuff like that. And also get out there, try new
True.
things and stuff like that.
But honestly, there's always a way. Plus, on online dating, there is there is few people. Usually, you can tell when someone's lying right away. Honestly, you can usually tell.
Lying about what?
Like, let's say they lie on their profile. Like, you can usually tell based even on the picture.
Oh, that's another thing. If you're gonna do online dating,
Have a picture at
make your
least.
profile interesting.
Yes.
Don't say, "Hey, I'm a nice guy." Be like, "Hey,
That's what I try. That's what
kind
I
of
love.
yeah, be interesting." Tell them kind of like a jerk, like I said before. That'll attract them. A lot of women, if you go for I only like if you say something like, "Oh, I only want beautiful women," a
That
lot of
no,
women will go for that because they were like, "Well,
no,
yeah," because
no.
then the woman feels challenged. Like, I want to be that beautiful woman that he goes for, as opposed to if he says, "Hey, I'll accept anyone." They're like, I don't want a guy who'll accept anyone.
I don't like. Well, this is the one thing I've never liked the guy to say. I'll take any woman with a beating heart. That is horrible. That is horrible. That is horrible thing
Some
to say.
guys really will, even if you will take anyone with a beating heart, lie about it. You want to make the woman feel special.
But if you're with this woman and you're already dating her, compliment her all the time because she will feel
Not
degraded at one
all the
point.
time. Don't do it all the time. She'll get sick of you and she'll dump you. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you're safe. What are you pointing at me for? I don't compliment you all the time. In
And
fact,
and we argue all
I
day.
tend to tease a lot, but that makes the relationship interesting. If you're in a relationship, you have to keep it interesting. Tease her a little bit, you know.
Well, be playful at least.
Be playful.
Because honestly, we have the most realistic relationship we've ever
Do
seen.
not bow down. Don't bow down. Don't do that. Don't call her master and let her.
Oh
whip you and
God,
stuff
no!
like that.
You might as well be in an
Well,
S&M relationship.
you could let her whip you. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, you know. If you like the S&M thing, go for it. But outside the bedroom, take charge.
Just to remember, this show is not G-rated. We will curse. We curse. We'll basically talk about any subject. That's just to remind people.
And remember, that subject is entirely up to you because you as a viewer
are in charge.
Exactly. And well, not even just a viewer, more like a friend. That's why we're unscripted because I want it to feel like a conversation between friends. And you know, I also have a guest. I'll have a guest on once. Well, I'll probably have Catherine on a lot. But besides that, I'll have other people. If you want to be a guest on the show,
just let them know.
Yeah, just let me know. Go to remember facebook.com/tk24life, and you know, or even in the comment section if you want to shout out, same thing. You know, that's all you gotta do. Anything else you'd like to say?
Well, for me, all I ever have to say is, for guys, remember, dress appropriately if you don't want to be in the front zone. Do not try to remember a woman will notice hygiene habits. And finally,
yeah, wash, please.
Wash.
Even guys, we appreciate when you know you don't stink on the train. You know, it's summertime too. You're in a train with no air conditioner. You're walking out with.
And finally, if you look like if your hair is a hot mess, we will notice as well. There are not this. This is okay to at least. Remember, like an afro that looks like it's going on 3 different ways, that it's like turning into like a spiral.
Oh yeah, one note about my hair. My friend Bianca, she did the hair for me. I wanted to shout her out too. You know, if you're looking to get your start dreadlocks, you should give her a hit up or something.
Ironically, I didn't like these at first. Now I'm okay with it.
Yeah. But I'll talk to her about like you know, any contact info or whatever. In the future episodes, of course. You have to keep watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for now.
Oh, and one more thing about my eyebrows, in case you haven't noticed, I shaved off a part of my mistake.
Yeah, he thought he could do this. He could shape them up without going to his barber.
Yeah, so that's why it's like that. But yeah, it happens sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that's it for now, right?
Yep, that's about it. So remember, TK24 Facebook.com/TK24Life, and well, next week I'm gonna try to do this again. I'm gonna try to do this every Friday. So keep looking out, and that's it. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Catherine, for being on the show. And that is all. Bye.